As an actor, are you other motivated or are you self-motivated? Well, David, I'm self-motivated. I'm a self-made man. Okay, there's no such thing as a self-made man. You have a mother and a father. Okay, so you're not a self-made man. But my question to you still stands. Are you other motivated or self-motivated? I'm going to tell you the difference, so stay tuned.
What is self-motivated and other-motivated? Motivation for the sake of self versus other. The central idea of this concept is that some people are more motivated if they think what they're doing is to benefit others in a community around them, especially altruistic motivation.
So allow me to cut through all of that and tell you exactly what self-motivation and other motivation really is. Self-motivated. Motivated to do or achieve something because of one's own interest or enthusiasm without needing the pressure from others. Now, other motivated is provided by someone with a motive for doing something. So I have a question for you. What was the last audition that you auditioned for? What was the project and how did you feel despite trying to get there? Despite obstacles in your path, how badly did you value that time? How did you get there? Did you take a bus? Did you take a taxi? Did your car break down? Did you take a train? What did you do to get to the audition? Did someone say, you know what, I wouldn't do that if I were you? Okay. But you didn't care. You were self-motivated because you knew the value of this time. More importantly, you valued yourself. Because in life, as you well know, you can get your money back, but you can't get your time back. What were you focusing on? What were you focusing on heading to that audition? Because that was first on your list. Because you valued your time over money. Whatever was in your way, you pushed it out of the way. And why did you do that? I'll tell you why. Because you were focused. And focused equals feeling. And it also produces a meaning. What does this mean to me? How do I value it? What am I focusing on? And we do this subconsciously and consciously every single day of our life with every choice that we make. Now, was this audition or this significant time in your life, I'll just say, was it motivated by others? Or was it motivated by your own free will, by yourself? It was motivated by yourself. If we're talking the same game here, if we're talking about an audition, a rehearsal, something that you really, really wanted. And then the action, what you're going to do, was kind of a no-brainer. You just do it. You just go and do it. You don't care at this time if you pass the audition, if you don't, because you're so excited and so stoked and so passionate and so focused about learning something about yourself that you don't need anybody else, that you don't need anybody else's motivation. You're going to get there, and you're going to do your best, and whatever comes. Now, what I just gave you was strategy. Strategy is boring. I'll tell you why. Because strategy is how to do something, but if you don't know why you're doing it, it's pretty tedious, isn't it? I mean, if you're not motivated to do something, self-motivated, or at the very least, other motivated to help someone out, you're not going to have any energy. Your emotion is going to be stagnant. It's going to be like a swamp, okay? With all the life underneath, but it's like very boring. It's like, okay, here I am. Why? Right? Okay, so what we have here is pain versus principle. So let me introduce you to pain versus pleasure principle, or other motivated. You see the two masks? Exactly. So one is a happy mask and one is a sad mask, the Greek masks of acting. But take a look at some of the words. Would you rather be rejected or accepted, abandoned or included, excluded or connected, lost or recognized, shunned or welcomed? Of course you want to move from pain to pleasure, but in between there has to be a big enough why. So why do you want to become an actor? Why do you want this relationship to flourish? Do you love this person? Do you love this career? What do you love? What are you passionate about? Because you know what? You can have strategies and all that wonderful guru stuff, okay? And I'm not knocking it, but if you don't have a reason why, well, you're not going to move from pain to pleasure. So today, I want you to wear these two masks and be totally and absolutely honest with yourself about, am I other motivated? Am I doing it because I'm trying to please other people or to be accepted by other people? Or am I doing it because I know it is my destiny? I know that I know and I know, and to be an actor and get paid for doing what I love fills a deep-seated something in me that I can't describe, but I know it's alive inside of me. Your divine spark, like Robin Williams said. Let me ask you this. Here's the litmus test. If you, from now until 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 12 years from now, 6 months from now. Because as you know, you can always get your money back, but you can't get your time back. How would you feel if you didn't succeed? How would you feel if you didn't personally achieve this or that? Your acting career, your relationship, your online business, whatever you're doing, whatever means the most why to you. How would you feel? And don't go there with your ego saying, I'd feel bad, David. Because I tell you what ego is. Ego is when you're trying to make something better than it is, and you know that by truth it is not, because you're not taking action towards working on it to make it better. The ego is like a thin piece of glass, okay? And it's based upon insecurity, based upon fear, based upon a what if question. I don't want to be rejected. I want to be accepted. I don't want to be abandoned. I want to be included. I want to be connected, not excluded. I want to be recognized. I want to be welcomed. But if you're not willing to go that extra step, go that extra mile, go that extra foot, then you're not going to be self-motivated. You're not going to be driven towards one direction. You're going to be driven into two directions. And you don't know which way to go because you're stuck in the middle. That's the difference between self-motivated and other-motivated. We are prone to, if out of fear, we are prone to move here and move there to other things that are temporary, instant gratification, if you will. Then the quality side of life, the delayed gratification, taking things step by step in faith, knowing that you are going to make it no matter what you have to go. So here is your assignment if you choose to accept it this week. I want you to wear both of these masks. In fact, you can't wear two masks at once. So wear one for a day and give yourself the truth about yourself. Wear the sad mask and ask yourself, how would you feel if you didn't take charge of your life, your own free will? Think about, seriously, abandoned, lost, excluded, ignored, deserted, forgotten, discarded, alone, and left out. And then compare that. Put on the other mask, welcomed, involved, included, accepted, desired, honored, wanted, connected, received, admitted, heard, seen, touched, embraced. Because as a human being and an actor, if you're not nitty-gritty, truthful about what you want, what your desired result is in your life, in your personal life, relationships, your finances, your physicality, everything, then you're going to be other directed. And then you're going to be back and forth and up and down. It's sort of like, kind of like the book of James. And here it is. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God, who gives liberally and doesn't reject you, and it will be given you. But let him, you, me, ask in faith, nothing wavering, nothing other directed, other motivated. Because the ones that wave as a sea driven by the wind and tossed, other motivated, let him not think that he shall receive anything from God or from other people. Because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. This is James chapter 1, verses 5 through 8. So my point of that is that are you double-minded? Anytime you're double-minded, you go in two directions. Have you ever tried to go in two directions at one time? You're split between decisions. You're split between faith and fear. You're split between pain and pleasure. You're split between self-motivated and other-motivated. So you got to get real with yourself. You got to get proverbially naked and look at yourself in the mirror and really decide, hey, am I willing to sacrifice this and this? And that's what I want you to do this week. 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co, 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co. If you need a coach, I may be the one for you. Contact me and write to me, and I will write back ASAP. So think about this today. Are you self-motivated or other-motivated? The decision is yours.